So the energy I'm getting right now, loves, is a person who doesn't feel happy where they're at anymore because they don't feel like the person they have become fits in with the facade that remains, is basically what I'm getting off of this energy here. I'm seeing a person that has been with someone for a while. It could be someone that they knew like in high school, or they knew since they were a child, or their parents' families knew each other, or that kind of a situation where they've known this other person for a really long time, and but the values no longer really match. I feel like there's a lot of fighting in this existing relationship right now, and I feel like this holiday season is really triggering this person quite a bit. I'm going to go ahead and get some energy here and kind of see what's going on. I just feel like the energy is no longer a match. I feel like this person does know of you. You guys know each other in some form or fashion. I don't know how much. Hold on, I need to... Actually, I'll just use one of these. Okay. So you can see it's like the same thing every day. But this other situation, yeah. I feel like this is not about physical intimacy. I mean, I do think this person is backing off their intimacy, or they're feeling, I don't know, like if that's happening, it's a chore, but I feel like they're taking a step back from this other person. There's a lot of immature behavior that this person is seeing. The one that they're currently with doing, like jealousy and maybe gossiping and like that kind of behavior behind other people's backs, and this person is just like ready to get out of there, right? They're ready to get out of there. They want to move towards something that's better, you know. They want to move towards something that's real, something that can bring them actual happiness. Just over and over and over, repetitive. And seeing someone that's like, like in their ear, and they're just like feeling henpecked, really. Okay. I think that they do compare you to other people, okay? And you are not currently around them. I feel like this is a no contact situation. So they're yearning for you. They feel like you have a comforting presence with them. And every day that goes by while they're doing like these holiday celebrations or whatever it is, you know, this reading is timeless, but as they're going through life with this person right now, whatever it is that's happening is really hitting home with them about how they feel, and how they feel like every moment that they stay is a missed opportunity with you. And they feel your absence deeper and yearning for that comfort that you bring them. Because I think that you have a really deep bond with this person. And it's just, there's no comparison to anyone else in their life, but they just are longing for something deeper and something more than what they're receiving right now, and their soul is like screaming. What is their soul screaming for? What's their soul screaming for right now? Yeah. Igniting their passions. So with you, they have found someone that speaks to their heart and lifts their mood and sparks their creativity. And, you know, this makes them want to put more into their work, put more into their passions. It ignites them from inside. Whereas the other thing is draining, and the other thing is feels like a job, and the other thing feels like I'm doing this because I have to, kind of, burdensome kind of feeling. And there's a part of them that feels guilty, especially because if you've been with somebody for a long time, you kind of feel a sense of obligation or whatever when it comes to that person. But this is part of their journey. This is part of the soul contract with the person from the past that they have to actually accept. And it's part of the healing journey. So they have to look into the mirror without blaming themselves and taking ownership of their past choices, and looking at things very clearly without, I feel like this is someone who's hard on themselves. Like, I should have known, I should have done differently, I should have made a different choice. And it's like, yeah, but at the same time, you are realizing it now and you're doing something about it now, right? But there's more that this person wants to develop. And they're just the beginning of their growth journey, right? So their soul is screaming for movement, for change, for deepening. So this to me has a lot of twin flame energy behind it, because there's always that, the general story of the karmic energy that people have to kind of overcome. And it's not necessarily a dig on the person that they're with. Everybody involved always knows their role within the story that's going to play out before you guys come into, existence. And so I feel like this particular, we'll call them a karmic, but that's just means soul lessons, right? So what this karmic is realizing is energetically, they're feeling the person on your mind kind of taking a step back and not really seeming as invested right now. And I believe that there's a part of them that knows that, like, this is kind of over, but they don't want to accept it. They don't want it to be the reality here. Yeah, they know it. They know it deep down. That's what I'm talking about. Soul contracts. You guys knew beforehand. You guys all knew when this was going to happen, when you guys were going to meet. My throat is getting throat chakra issues here. So I feel like this karmic doesn't want me to speak about this, but you guys all knew the story before. And so when the karmic energy tends to feel the could be divine masculine if it's twin flame, or high level soulmate, when they start to feel that person pulling away, they will grab on even harder. And they will sometimes try to mimic divine feminine energy or your energy, the soulmate's energy, in order to keep, trick them essentially into being like, no, I am your soulmate, I'm your twin flame, I'm this, I'm that. But this person, it's like they've seen the truth now. And this is someone who is emotionally void. They're emotionally void at this point. And it doesn't really matter what the karmic does, that it's just not really going to change the way that they feel. Okay. So what energy is this person in now? King of Wands, Queen of Cups. So they're all they're doing right now is thinking about you. Okay. They're thinking about taking action towards you, how you're their happiness, how they've never experienced love like yours before, how they just see every beautiful thing about you that makes you special and makes you beautiful to them, and how it's so unique. And they've got their eye on you. It's like they're thinking about how they're just like want to pounce on this opportunity right now, and meanwhile they're completely like blocking themselves off from this other thing, because they see you as like their sunshine, their sun, and how beautiful that energy is, right? And it's taken them some time to be able to be like, but do I really want to like start all over? You guys, this is all major arcana. We got Temperance underneath too. So we have Leo, Pisces, Aquarius, some say Aries, Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in one or both of your charts, as well as Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Okay, again, Sag. This person is having to walk through some really big energies right now, you guys. This is not small stuff for this particular reading. This person is having a huge awakening about what makes them happy, what's going to grow, and then like figuring out how they're going to completely start over. How are they going to completely like take charge of the situation and, you know, like have to start completely fresh after they feel like they've built something for years and years and years with another situation. So this is going to be a reading for someone who has been with another person for years. But right now it looks like the energy that they're in is thinking about how they are going to take action, because the Queen of or King of Wands does take action. Yeah, look, this, like, they're working on their plan. They have a set plan on how they're going to do this. I feel like this person could be writing you a message. But that's not just all that's on their mind, okay? Because they have a lot they're going to have to deal with here. They have a lot they're going to have to deal with here. A lot they're going to have to wrap up. Yep, Three of Swords. This is causing heartbreak. This is going to be an impending heartbreak situation. They know it. They're not, you know, they're not naive to this. And this could have caused them to wait for a while, like not wanting to have the conflict and not wanting to have the backlash of the situation. I feel like this other person could be not so nice sometimes, you know, with that hater kind of energy. And like thinking about, how am I going to get through this? How am I going to communicate with the collective? Do I do this first? Do I talk to the collective? Do I make changes in my life right now? I don't really know what to do. How do they see you right now? Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords. So they see you moving. They see you moving. They see you taking care of yourself. You're going places, okay? So when I get these two knights like next to each other, these are like two opposite energies. The Knight of Pentacles is somebody who is very consistent, and they, you know, they come at you correctly, right? And the Knight of Swords is a knight that moves very fast and brings fast changes. So I feel like you're just kind of doing your thing, taking care of yourself. And all of a sudden, this person's coming right at you. And you're like, one day you're like, I'm going to work, la 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 la. I'm going to the store, just taking care of myself. I feel like some changes could be coming in. I don't really know, right? But I'm just focusing on me and making sure everything in my life is taken care of. And maybe I'm, you know, running my own business, or I'm like the boss in some way, but I'm taking care of me. I'm focusing on me. I'm putting that energy into myself. And then boom, here's the Chariot all of a sudden with your back to it. And this person's just like showing up at your door like, yeah, everything's changing. Hi. This is like, I've dropped this burden here and here I am. This is literally like boombox above my head, John Cusack moment, where I'm just gonna be like, all of a sudden outside your door and being like, baby, come back. You can blame it all on me. I was wrong and I just can't live without you. I get the funniest songs sometimes. So they see you as really focusing on yourself and minding your own business and being your solid self, right? And then like they're coming up like you just don't see it coming, and it's going to be in a completely different energy, and you're going to be like, wait, what? Five of Swords. Okay. Let's see what that is. Oh my gosh. I need to know what that is. I was going to ask, what don't you see? My soul isn't buying this current relationship. Yeah. My soul isn't buying this. Nope. What else? I have kids or family that won't accept you. Are you okay with that? They feel like no one will. I don't know if that's the truth. That's what they worry about. I know I made promises I didn't keep and I feel so guilty. So this person may have talked to you, or you may have known that they were interested in you, but they didn't take action and they feel really bad about that. But they can't delete your pictures. They still look at them. I think that's this. I think that's this right here. I think that's what they're doing. I thought this was just attraction. Now I realize you are my soulmate / twin flame. Yep, I'm telling you, this is twin flame soulmate energy. I feel like they feel guilty about how they acted in the past, but you are their wish fulfillment. You are their star. You are their empress. You are all that is beautiful. You are all that is loving. You are all that is kind. You are all that is fertile. Everyone loves you. Children, dogs, geese, foxes, horses. You are the mother. You are sturdy. You are beautiful. You are creation. You are you. What else don't you see? I'm a little concerned about this karmic. I'm a little bit feeling something about it. Yep, that's what I was getting, you guys. I love it when I have cards come out as I'm thinking of something, but I mean, this energy is, what you don't see is the pain that this is going to cause, this karmic energy. I think this person has some unresolved issues when it comes to their self-esteem, and they act out and they lash out, and they can be fiery in not a good way, and they can be slightly unpredictable. And this is someone who did cling on, who is clinging on to a dream that they wish that they could have had, and it's not turning out as they anticipated. And there may be some like denial or things that happen that are going to be a little bit cringy. I do think that this person could kind of like come at you a little bit, or try to like do something that is going to interfere with the person on your mind coming towards you a little bit. Yeah. I just feel like they're going to be sending a lot of messages about like, we can start again, baby. It's going to be great this time. I don't know why you're leaving, like sending a lot of messages, sending a lot of texts. Yep. I'm telling you, some of this behavior is somewhat immature though, because when you see that many pages, it's like, kind of cringy, unfortunately. Anything else for what you don't see with this karmic energy here? Anything else for that? Yeah, 3 of Pentacles, like they could work with this person. They could have investments with this person. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of a sticky situation to kind of like, we had seen the Fool, like detaching themselves from and unhooking themselves from this, like after they've built an entire cathedral together or started to for years and years and years. It's like when the person on your mind starts walking away and like moving towards something else, which is you, that's bringing them a lot of passion and everything, there's going to be a lot of anger about that. And I feel like it's a little bit treacherous for them. It's going to take a lot of bravery for the person on your mind to like actually do this. So I think this could take some time. I'm not going to lie. But let's see what's coming in for the next 30 to 60 days from whenever you see this video. Yeah, look at that. Knight of Swords. I had an alarm on my phone go off, sorry. There's going to be some kind of battle as this person tries to leave, as they try to walk away. And there's going to be some sadness going on here with this situation. And I think that when it comes to this Queen of Wands energy, yep, there she is right there. I'm telling you, she's got some things going on with her judgments that are not quite great. Like I can see this person literally just being like, you know what? You want to leave? Fine, but I'm taking everything with me. You're going to get like 1 penny. You're going to get like 1 penny. I'm going to literally take you for everything that you have. Like, it doesn't have to be that specifically, but like that kind of energy where this is going to be a messy breakup. It's going to be a messy, messy breakup. Yeah, look at that. It's done and dusted. And I'm not English, but that's like an English phrase I've heard, like, it's done and dusted. 30, 60 days. The Lovers and the Hangman. So the choice is being made, you guys, in the next 30 to 60 days. And they're going to communicate. They're going to... This work that they're doing, you know, this is all about their plans to move forward towards you, their plans to approach you, their plans to, you know, surprise you with the boombox and all that stuff I was talking about. That's all their plan. And so, you know, you are bringing them water for their thirst energetically, or, you know, I don't know if you guys are in communication. I don't think it's in communication about this. I think they're handling this on their own. And I'm seeing that they're ending a lot of their work with this. Their preparations are ending here. And now it's time for them to start making these decisions and these choices. You know, see how, like, he has, gender is irrelevant, but this king is a male, and he has put his sword in the ground, like, and that's my decision. And it's just like, boom, right? That's what's going on. So decisions are being made, cuts are being made, movements are being made. You know, I'm seeing king energy. You know, I'm seeing you showing up as a queen, and I'm seeing a choice being made, a choice in love. Again, this is twin flame soulmate energy. And what you don't see is still this work and energy and effort is all because of you, and all because of what your soul contract is really about, you know, and they see it, they know it. And they're all in, and they're willing to take less if that's what they need to do. They need to be able to walk away. This is that effort I'm talking about. Yeah, it's going to be sad. Yeah, it's going to leave someone unhappy. Yeah, this Queen of Wands is going to be very upset. But if you knew that the person you were with was in love with someone else, and that was never going to change, would you really want to hang on to that person? I wouldn't. I would be like, well, I want you to be happy because I love you, right? So I think that's where the situation is at, and they're ready to move forward, okay? So thank you so much for being here, guys. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.